Hey, what's going on? This is Dan Briggs from the band Between the Buried and Me. I'm at Amoeba Records, and this is What's in My Bag. First CD I found is by a band called Pity Sex. One of my oldest friends who's in a band called Run Forever, and they toured together earlier in the year. I checked them out and was just completely blown away. This is a band I just discovered called True Widow. This record came out earlier in the year. I've only heard one track off it. I don't remember what it was, but they shot a video for it. It's kind of an oddball release for Relapse Records. I'm really looking forward to kind of digging into it more. This is it's a weird record that I've never seen before. It's by Robert Fripp, and it's the Robert Fripp String Quartet, the quintet actually, with him and Trey Gunn, who played stick and war guitar in King Crimson, along with Robert Fripp. I have no idea what to expect out of this record at all. Robert Fripp is one of the biggest inspirations on me as a musician. Someone who's had a career since the 60s and has constantly been an innovator, constantly pushing himself, trying new things, just constant source of inspiration. And I'm very excited to have heard a month ago or whatever that King Crimson was getting back together with an insane 3 drummers, and I don't even know. I'm so excited to see whatever they do. It's gonna be great. This is probably my newest favorite band. I just discovered them on tour in the last month. They're a group from the UK called Haken, and the CD's called The Mountains. They kind of have elements of the classic, Genesis records, and the singer kind of sounds a little bit like John Anderson from Yes, mixed with singer from Gentle Giant, kind of very abstract melodies and very soft kind of voice, and it works so well with what they're doing. I'm glad to actually have it in physical form now. 3 CDs here by the avant-garde composer John Zorn. We've got John Zorn's film works from '86 to 1990. I was right around when he was starting the Naked City group, and these are 2 records from that era that I'm actually not familiar with. I've never even seen in stores before. Having a group that had almost kind of like a standard jazz lineup with keys, drums, alto sax, guitar and bass or whatever. These records couldn't be any further from what you would traditionally think from a jazz setup like that. The Naked City is a huge inspiration on a group I do on the side of Between the Buried and Me called Trioscapes, which is kind of it's a bass, sax, and drum trio. Got the Hometown Heroes, Oingo Boingo. This band is very close to my heart. Danny Elfman is one of my all-time hugest inspirations. And every different step he's taken in his career, from the early days before even Oingo Boingo, when he had the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, it was kind of an avant-garde theater show, to Oingo Boingo, and this record, Good For Your Soul, is kind of from their earlier days when they were very hyperactive, very energetic. I'm actually in town to go see him perform on stage for the first time in 18 years, and I couldn't be more excited, so I was glad to find a record that I don't actually own on vinyl. I have it on CD, and I think cassette tape too. This is a record I was not expecting to find. It's by a band from the 70s called Comus. They were a UK band, and they kind of flew under the radar from the other 70s prog groups. They were pretty out there, and I've been trying to find their records at stores, and it's completely lost cause. I actually found this in the folk section, and I think that's maybe part of the reason why maybe they didn't catch on as well as they did, is because I think they're such a hard band to classify. Really kind of noodly, abstract rock, folk stuff. It's very cool. And then last but not least, Failure, who also announced they were coming back a couple weeks ago. I can't imagine what they're going to do, but with Ken Andrews at the helm, I'm sure it's going to be great. His work as a producer, too, is pretty cool. Just looking him up on AllMusic, you know, he's done a random assortment of records over the years of artists. You'd probably be like, really? You know, I think Candlebox was a band he might have worked with. So.
Candlebox.
Yeah. Far Behind, good tune.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.